We just finished testing the MAKO Pro Skiff 17. Now this isn't your typical skiff. It's not one of those flat bottom skiffs that slides around when you go in a corner. This thing hooks up beautifully in a corner. A little bit of an unusual thing, when you start turning, it'll actually start hyper turning, so you got to kind of watch that the first couple of times you do it. But once you know what to expect, it's no problem at all. Now, it also rides a lot better than a flat bottom boat because it's actually got what they call an inverted V, where it actually is almost like a tunnel, almost like a cat, but not quite. It's really a hybrid, and really what it does is to give you the best of all worlds. You get great performance. We got on plane in 3.3 seconds, and we zipped at 25 miles an hour in 8 seconds with a top speed of 35 miles an hour. And that was with the Mercury 60 horsepower 4-stroke. So this thing doesn't need a lot of power to get you going nice and quick. And it runs shallow too, so you can go back in the backcountry, be good offshore, you know, just off the beach, or just be a good inland boat as well. I'll tell you what, let's head back to the dock and take a look at some of the features. Well, we're aboard the MAKO Pro Skiff 17.
That's right.
And at first glance, this, you know, it reminds you of other skiff hulls, but there is nothing normal about this hull, is there?
Absolutely not. This hull is going to revolutionize the skiff business. There's been a lot of work done on this hull. In fact, it's not a new concept. It started back in the early 1900s, but nobody could get it perfected in such a way that they wouldn't blow the prop and it was a wet ride. Our guys have been working on this boat probably for about 18 months now, and they've got it down to the point where it's just a wonderful hull. It's what we call our inverted V hull. It's one of the few boats out there that likes weight. You know, most boats don't like to have a lot of weight put on. This boat likes it. It performs better. It runs great with smaller horsepower. It turns great. It's a very dry ride. All the result of the design of this hull. Now, your first glance, you might think it's a tunnel or catamaran, but it really isn't. It's truly an inverted V, and the way they've redirected the water by the redesign of the hull makes sure that we don't blow out and we stay hooked up, and we put a little element in the front to keep the water down, so you get a nice clean dry ride out of it.
I notice this is very stable too when we're moving around the boat.
Isn't it great? Few things that fishermen want wherever they are. You know, and MAKO is a saltwater name, but let's don't get confused here. This is going to be a wonderful freshwater boat, especially cat fishermen or striper fishermen in the freshwater areas of our country. This boat will do a wonderful job for them. And one of the things you're looking for in a boat is stability. You like it to perform, you like it to be dry, you like it to be comfortable, and you like it to be stable. So you got when you're out there working a fish, you and I could work a fish on this very easily in the way this boat's laid out.
Loads of room to move around. Now, one thing I notice that's different about this skiff from other ones is this is really nice inside.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Guys did a wonderful job. This is actually basically like a liner boat. This has a high density foam injected between the hull and the deck liner. And by doing it that way, you get rid of that rolled edge look, which is kind of the painted on gel coat with a spatter paint. Here you get a beautiful, what they call the Class A finish, which is a high gloss finish, non-skid surfaces where they need to be, so you can move around the boat very easily.
Well, I love the seat up here too.
Isn't that neat? Neat thing about the seat is it pulls out very easily, and it's got a live well or bait well underneath of it, so it makes it very easy to operate. You got rod holders, you keep your rods, you got hand holds for your passenger here, a nice flat area on the console. If you want to mount electronics, got a place for it, not a problem.
Absolutely. Well, I like the fact that you have the live well towards the middle of the boat for good weight distribution as well.
That's correct. That's correct. This boat is not as sensitive because it's a nice big wide boat, and it's not as sensitive as the weight as some of the other brands in this category, which are extremely sensitive to weight distribution in the boat.
Now, I've seen people use coolers for seats, and I have to say this is an extremely upscale cooler for what you usually see in this type of boat. But you've got loads of room to stand up here. Anglers like to stand and when they drive.
Sure.
So,
well, it's you know, if you get the real rough, and this boat likes rough water too, by the way. But if you get in real rough water, if you're standing up, you can use your legs to cushion the wave effect on the boat. The neat thing about this cooler is that we build it. And we build it out. We own our own roto manufacturing plant, and we build this cooler. It's a solid foam-filled cooler. It'll keep ice for days. It really is a tremendous asset to this boat. Put a cushion on it, sit on it if you want. Most people, just like you said, will like this boat standing up. They'll like to drive it standing up.
Well, another thing you very seldom see in skiffs is a back casting platform as well. So you could have multiple people fishing on this boat easily, couldn't you?
And even has a motor well in it. You don't see that, or splash well in it. You don't see that in a lot of the skiffs. So if you do get in a little black splash area, it can go in there and drain right back out of the boat.
Well, I can't wait to take it out on the water.
Well, you're going to have a
wind's starting to blow a little bit. Maybe we can get a couple waves out there.
Well,
and
you
test
need
it.
it. It really works great in the rough water. You're going to be absolutely amazed.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate
It's
it.
my pleasure.
For more information on the MAKO Pro Skiff 17 and other great boats, go to boatingworld.com. I'm Alan Jones, and we'll see you out on the water. Really handles the wakes beautifully. We're on Table Rock Lake in Missouri. It's kind of rough out here. The wind's blowing, but it's really handling it nicely.